Oh boy, I hope we're ready, because today's gonna be quite the interesting day here. I am here to give you everything I can and more. Welcome to Team Sanity Academy. I am your one and only G teacher. I'm so happy that you could join us today on this lovely Sunday afternoon, or depending on where you are, maybe it's Sunday morning, or it's Sunday evening, or it's some other day in the week. I hope it's not Monday for your sake, but hey, we're ready, we're willing, and we're able here. And so I hope that you enjoy today's content, because we are about to start back up the work week, and I'm already not ready for it. And so let's hope that things aren't too outrageous this week. But we've got Mrs. G Teach coming in to say hello. I hope that everybody is having just a fantastic time here. How are you doing, my love? I know that you are coming in here to say hello. You know what? I'm gonna make sure. Hey, Cuddle. How we doing? I am making sure that on my own channel, I give a little bit of a host, because my host function is just not working properly. For whatever reason, I have Team Sanity on the host list, but apparently it just doesn't want to work now. Suki, stop stealing the show. I've got 2 of the 3 cats in here, so just just know that they are ready to completely steal the show here. We are doing this solo today, and so strap on in, because we're gonna talk all about taking your content to the next level. Something that I have a lot of fun doing, because of the fact that when it comes to my stream, I'm always pushing something new. I'm always trying something that I have no idea if it will work, if it won't work. I have absolutely not a clue in the world. And so, honestly, at this point, I am just happy to share what I have found thus far that has worked for me, or even just was fun, even if it wasn't something that I stuck with in my own personal stream. We're gonna talk everything from music to merch to interactivity today. It's gonna be just an absolute overview of a bunch of different things, and I have a lot of fun software, a lot of fun programs for you guys to check out today. It's going to be a good time, and I'm sure that we will have a little bit of time as well to go and do some reviews, because we haven't done those in a little bit here. But I'm actually going to, in our Discord right now, I'm actually going to post for you our materials for today, because I have access to it now, and so I can share with you. Let's see here. So today is February 27th. Because I want everybody to be able to follow along with this. And what's also very helpful is the fact that in the link that I provided inside of our Discord, and hey, if you need access to the Discord, please feel free to hit up that link right there, and we will be more than happy to take care of you. What's great about this presentation that I have prepared for you today is that it also happens to have everything hyperlinked. I will also throw all of the links inside of our lesson plans tab, inside of the Team Sanity Discord. So I hope you're excited, ready, willing, and able because I am pretty excited too. So, without further ado, let's jump right into it here. And so, you can see I did not have time to prepare a scene where it was just me on the side there, so unfortunately we have a very sad empty box down below there. But it's all right. We're just gonna roll with it here. So, taking your content to the next level. So, a lot of things that you can do when it comes to making your stream just absolutely hyped up to no end, to have a lot of more interactivity, a lot more engagement, a lot more stuff for your viewers to take part in, because that is what we do as streamers. We are all here for the entertainment. Entertainment is a service that we provide. Now, yes, this is something that we obviously do for fun, and if you're not doing streaming for fun, then why are you streaming in the first place? Because you should be having fun with this. And so what we are going to do here is find other ways to make your stream that much more exciting. And so, first things first here, how can you stand out from the crowd? Now, obviously, there are a lot of different things that you could potentially do to stand out in comparison to other streamers. Hey, Beefy, how's it going? Glad that you can make it in here. So, when it comes to standing out from the crowd, there's a lot of different things. Viewers come to your stream to get an experience they can't get anywhere else. They come to see you. They come to get something of value that is not shown anywhere else. And so, including different elements in your stream that show your creativity and care for what it is that you do will get people coming back for more. You want to have that retention rate. You know all about standing out, but for the wrong reason. Beefy. Well, don't you worry. Well, whatever your standing out is, as long as it's, you know, within Twitch TOS, you should be okay. But this was a bit of an argument that I made with some people who just didn't quite understand why people come to watch others play games, because they just couldn't understand it. Like, why just not go and play the games yourself? So I made it out in the sense of thinking like you are watching a sporting event. A lot of people watch sports, and a lot of the people who are critical of watching a streamer are also a little bit on the critical side, or not as much. So they're more critical of those who watch somebody play games on something like Twitch or YouTube or Facebook, but then they turn right around and they say like, oh yeah, I love football. They watch every single game that plays on every single Sunday. But I'm like, well, how is that different? And they're like, well, you know, it's a sport. I'm like, well, you're watching somebody else play a game that you could totally go outside and play yourself, and you're doing it for entertainment, correct? And they're like, yeah. And like, you walk straight face first into the point. And so the reason why this medium has picked up as much as it has is because of that big fact that there's more interactivity. When you're watching a sporting event, you don't get to interact with the players that are playing. You don't get to sit on the sidelines and talk with the coaching staff. You don't get to really do much other than just watch. Watching a streamer is so much different because as a streamer, for starters, you're a one-man army. You're having to make sure that everything that you do, you are running smoothly. You might have a couple of moderators here and there that obviously help you out with the situation. But at the end of the day, it does come down to you carrying a lot. Sometimes as much as 90 to 95%, especially if you haven't found a moderator or a team of moderators to kind of help run your stream smoothly. And so all of this, coupled with the fact that viewers want to interact with you, it can be a lot. So how do you stand out from the crowd? Well, that's when you introduce new elements to your stream that can really show off that you have a lot of care. You have a lot of understanding of what it is that you are doing. You're creative with how you're doing it and how you're interacting with your community. And so one of the first and biggest things here, because we had talked about audio a couple of weeks back, is music. Music is so important to your stream. And of course, naturally, that's when we had the break in the music. There we go. And so having music going in the background, a lot of people who are watching streams are not actually fully watching it. They actually put it on and then they listen to it. So I would argue that 90% of the time, your audio is more important than your video. And so I won't go fully into that because we did talk about that in a previous week, but what we didn't really talk about as much was music. And so I have seen a lot of streamers not have any music of any kind, and some with very good reason. They were afraid of DMCA, they were afraid of getting, the copyright strikes, which is very understandable. You don't want to accidentally lose some of your content because they decided to mute something or put a copyright strike on it. And so music can get very complicated if you don't know what you're doing. But I will say right now that if I come into a stream and there's not some form of music playing in the background, not some form of just engaging audio playing behind the actual streamer, I start to lose interest a lot quicker. And obviously I'm speaking from my own personal experience, but that also means that there is a very real possibility that others feel the same exact way. And so when it comes to music, your main enemy is always going to be DMCA, making sure that it is friendly for copyright purposes. And so it's oftentimes a struggle to overcome DMCA, but there are ways around it. And so you have to be careful about this because even a few seconds of copyrighted music can be detrimental to your stream. Now, there are exceptions to the rule. Obviously, if you're playing a game that has music, a lot of the time there are exceptions for that rule and you don't have to worry about that. Great example, when I play Halo, let's just say I love the music for Halo, and so I don't actually have other type of music that I play during those streams. But that isn't a violation of DMCA. However, if you start playing, let's think back to the Super Bowl here. We had a lot of excellent performers, and whether it was Snoop Dogg, Eminem, Dr. Dre, all of these incredible performers, and you're just like, you know what? How awesome would it be if we got to listen to some of that music while we were streaming? Unfortunately, no. Because of the fact that that is super copyrighted, and even a few seconds of it can be detrimental to your stream. They could mute portions of it. They could decide, oh, you know what? We're actually going to hit you with a copyright strike. If you do that again, we'll give you another strike. And on the third strike, you got banned from Twitch. And we don't want that. And so it's important to know what resources are available for royalty-free music. And also figuring out where that royalty-free music is that also doesn't cost you an arm and a leg. I'm telling you now, when it comes to streaming, most streamers are not swimming in a ton of money. And so it's important to somewhat understand where you can get some of this music and not have it completely bankrupt your bank account. And so I have a couple of things here that we can take a look at. This first one here is actually the music that you're currently listening to now. And it is something called Soundtrack by Twitch. Now, Soundtrack by Twitch, there's a couple of different versions that you can go for. There's one where you can just have it in your web browser, or there's a version where you download it for your actual computer. That is the version that I happen to have. And so you can see right here, it's just like a little music player, and it's got a ton of different options for different types of music that you can play. And what's really great about all of this is the fact that all of this music is completely good to use when you are streaming. It's something that is supported by Twitch, and so you don't actually have to worry about a thing. If there is music playing through this, then it is completely covered. And you can see they have a lot of different playlists. Oh, excuse me. A lot of different playlists that you can choose from, whether it's specific artists, whether it's specific types of music. Personally, one of my favorites is stream synths. More of like the synthwave tunes that you're hearing right now. A lot of people I've seen also really like the lo-fi and hip-hop beats. Chilled electronic is really fun. Some of these other ones might be better for like metal, for example. Maybe you're playing a little bit of Doom and you want to really feel into the mood there. That will get you to where you need to go. And so Soundtrack by Twitch, excellent resource. And what I'm going to do right now is I'm actually going to post that in the Discord right now. So that way you can check it out as much as you want. Royalty free music for your streams. And boom. All right, looking good. And so we go back here. Now this is interesting because a lot of people are not going to actually be aware of the fact that there are playlists on Spotify that are completely fine to use on your stream. Now, I personally do not have Spotify because I'm one of those weird folks who has I have Apple Music. I know I get made fun of a lot for that one. But I have Apple Music, and so this one wouldn't really be an option for me. Or would it? Believe it or not, this is a playlist that is available on both Spotify and Apple Music. I am personally right now just showing Spotify because of the fact that more people have Spotify than they do Apple Music. This one right here is called Stream Beats. There's a YouTuber that I follow who makes stream beats and works and collaborates with a variety of different song artists out there to provide music that is available and completely okay to use, that is free of copyright, that can be used while you are streaming. And as you can see here, lots of options: lo-fi, EDM, synthwave, hip-hop, hi-fi. I don't know that one as much. Hype tracks, rock, we got some indie. And you can see there's a lot of different soundtracks that you can look at here. Ambient, that one's a pretty good one, absolutely. And so all of these here are completely fine to use. And if you already have a Spotify account for just doing things on your own, why not use Spotify? And so another fantastic resource to use. Now, this one is easily one of my favorite sites out there. Tabletop Audio. Now this one, you need to make sure that you at least ask in advance if you can use it. But the guy who runs Tabletop Audio is an awesome individual. I've kept in contact with them a couple of times over the past year or so. They make audio and ambiance for a lot of tabletop games, but some of this music is so nice and it's so soothing. It's just fantastic background noise that it's well worth it. Basically, when it comes to their policy on, like, you know, paying them a royalty fee of any kind, from when I've talked with them, it's typically after, if you make any content that includes their music, if you make some money, you try to donate to Patreon. Otherwise, if you're not really making any money off of anything that's including the music, typically they're just like, you know, you can support it, but it's not required. But when it comes to Tabletop Audio, reach out to them. They are phenomenal. They make some of the best music and ambiance I have ever heard from a fantasy and sci-fi perspective. And also, you can download all of these songs. You can just save them and make your own playlist. So that way, if like internet's a problem, then you can just play it from your device. Plus, it's also really good for studying and whatnot. And so you can see here, fantasy, sci-fi, historical, modern, nature, horror, music. The horror ones are a lot of fun. Especially if you happen to be a horror streamer. These ones are excellent to use for that. So, there's one last one here. And for that, we need to go to YouTube, believe it or not. So YouTube has something in particular that they have included as part of just their like main features available. And it happens to be the YouTube audio library. If you look here, there's a bunch of free music, and you can see here, attribution not required. This is all music that you can download and use for your streams. Attribution not required. How many songs we got here? There's almost 1,000 songs here. Almost 1,000 songs that you can use that vary in their genre, their mood, how long they are. This is a resource that I've kept very close to the chest for many years, but it's something that is just a fantastic, phenomenal resource and can be used not just in your stream, but also in videos that you're creating, maybe for diversifying your content. You know, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Going back to what we started to talk about in the stream about 2 weeks ago. And so, great music resources here. And I want to once again post a couple of those resources here for you in Discord. So you can see Stream Beats is one of them. Let's see, more free to use music, your streams. For those with Spotify, of course. Post that right there. And then we've also got, we did that one already, cool. And then audio library, I have to see if that link will work, but I'll try again for next time. But those are just a couple of options for music that you can use to really up the game on your stream. And you can see here, like, this music right now is a pretty decent vibe here and is kind of a bop. And I'm always finding myself enjoying how much I am I'm enjoying a lot of the music that is being played right now, and so just something to keep in mind here. Music goes a very long way to making your streams that much better, especially for those who really like to listen more than they like to watch. So, moving on here. We go into a topic that a lot of people enjoy talking about, yet don't always know where to go for it. Merch or merchandise. Now, I will say right now, merch will not always be your best investment. There's not going to be like thousands of people purchasing your merch, but there's nothing wrong with that. It's another way for viewers to show support. And in all honesty, the people who show you the most support are obviously going to be the people who continuously come back. They want to show off the fact that they are wearing your merch. And it ends up being kind of like a lesson in marketing, free advertising. You can see right here. I wear this hat in so many different places, and I absolutely love being able to show this off because this is something that I helped to create. I made this logo myself, and it was put onto a hat. Like, all of that is just so exciting for me. Just knowing that you have made an impact in the world by having something with some weird, hold on, bad or okay, there was some weird music there. Knowing that you made an impact in the world by having your merch available is pretty cool. And I once received a picture of from a viewer with their son, and the two of them rocking merch that they had purchased from my store, and it nearly brought a tear to my eye. And so merchandise, while it may take some effort to at least get it started and get it going, it is definitely worthwhile. But not everybody knows where to start when it comes to making your merch. And so, as I mentioned, creating merchandise allows your most devoted supporters to represent you. You know, gotta have like the really cool stuff, and for a lot of viewers, like that's their way that they want to support. Like, sure, some people might, drop some bits, they might drop a sub here and there, which is all great. But some people want a little bit more return for their investment, and that's where merch comes in. What's really nice about a lot of merchandise stores is that they don't charge up front. A lot of the online retailers that are available for making your own sort of like merchandise store, they don't charge up front. Instead, they utilize something that is called print by demand. So basically, they don't make a item of clothing or a merchandise item, because there are other merchandise options other than clothing. They don't make it until they receive an order, at which point, whatever the price is, let's say somebody's getting a hat for $10. Perfect. So out of that $10, a percentage of that goes towards the actual materials to build it. A percentage goes to the company that is making it so that they can make some money. And then a percentage of it then goes to you. One of the basics of online marketing. It was something that I learned very quickly on when I published a book way back in my college days. I did self-publishing because it was the cheaper option. And instead of paying an upfront cost to buy all of these books, I instead did print by demand, where they would print out copies of the book when they were ordered. It saves a lot of time and money, and also commitment, because who knows if your merchandise will sell that much. You don't want to go and immediately order 100 t-shirts if you think you're only going to sell 3. I mean, unless you want to, which at that point, you do you. But for the most part, it's better to have the print by demand because then you can have a little bit of backup, because at that point, once you've created it and people start purchasing it, it's advertising, it's passive income, all of it really just goes to help support you. And a lot of sites allow you to design on their site rather than having to go elsewhere to actually get a design of some kind. And so we're gonna look at a couple of different examples here. There's a lot of merch stores that you can select from. The one that I personally use, because of the fact that I use Streamlabs, is the Streamlabs merch store. And so you can see here, Streamlabs has a lot of different options. Yeah, later. And so you can see here, the merch store, you can actually customize a full merch store so that people can come and support you the way that they want to. You can fully customize how the store looks. It's very easy to kind of get things up and running. And you can also see right here, everything is kind of handled passively in the background. You don't really have to do anything once you put it up in the store. And so you can see here, they're also talking about profit, but in all, like, merchandise is going to be more for just like entertainment purposes than profit, I would say. There is a possibility that your merch can really take off, and that would be where a lot of your support comes in. But what's really nice is that if somebody purchases merchandise while you are streaming, it can also give an alert if you happen to use Streamlabs. And in addition to that, you can take logos that you've already uploaded inside of Streamlabs and actually just use those for your merchandise. Maybe you just want to use your logo. Just slap it on a t-shirt and click a button and it's all good to go. You have all the customization is all inside of this platform. One of the reasons why I use it, it's just really nice to be able to have all of that. And then since Streamlabs also has a logo creator and editor, you can actually just take directly from those and put them onto whatever merchandise it is that you are making. And they've also got a lot of different merchandise that you can select from. And so I'm actually going to show you my Streamlabs store real quick to kind of give you an idea of what it actually looks like. And so you can see here, the merchandise store, you're able to have like a full layout. It's got models with your stuff on it. You can see I've got some stickers, I've got some t-shirts, I've got hats. You can select different colors for them as well. You can see that's the one I'm repping right now. Lots of different options for a lot of cool stuff. And then what's also excellent about it is that they have a lot of different products as well. Now there are a lot of different places that also have very similar products to this. So just note that Streamlabs is not the only one that you need to use here, but you can see, like, if you go to create a new item, like, how cool would it be to just have like key rings or magnets or even a mask with like your logo on it? Like, that's really freaking cool. Like, so many people use masks. Maybe you want a phone case. Like, there's so many different options here. Ooh, a pillow, that'd be really cool. You know, I have like behind me on my futon over here to have like a pillow with like something involving like Team Sanity Academy. Like, that would be really freaking sweet. And so lots of different options here. They've got accessories, clothing, headwear. You can even get shoes. That's pretty freaking cool. Ooh, notebooks, interesting. You can even have a backpack. Yeah, so there's even some of these, I had no idea that they even existed. So even more cool to see that. Yeah, how cool would it be to have like a mouse pad with like your brand on it? Because that's what you're doing. Like, you're making your own brand here. And you can see like there's a lot of different options for everything that you could potentially do here. And so, with all of that in mind, let's go and take a look at some of the other options. Now, this is one that is used by a lot of creators out there. Teespring, once again, print by demand. You can see that there's a lot of different options for what it is that you can create. I'm not as familiar with Teespring, but I am curious to see. They are print by demand. They have a lot of different options for what it is that you can create. Oh, and you can see they can do bulk orders. Let's see, what type of stuff do they have? So products, let's take a look. So they got lots, once again, they got a lot of different stuff here. Wow, they even have a kids section. That's really cool. And that's okay, Beefy, don't you worry. But we're all lurky today. That's okay. That's all good. Hope your FIFA tourney is going real well. Yeah, I could never get into FIFA. My brother played it for a while, but me, not as much. So you can see they have lots of different t-shirts. They have women's tees. They've got some hoodies. Oh my goodness. You can get an ugly sweater with your stuff on it. Some tank tops, long sleeves. Yeah, look at that kid and baby stuff. That's actually really freaking cool. I might have to look into Teespring a little bit more here. Biggest game in England because we were all football fans. Fair enough. Fair enough. That makes sense. So you can see like they have a lot of stuff here, a lot of different types of accessories. Oh, they have a wall tapestry. That's really cool. A lot of different options from what Streamlabs has. A lot of really cool stuff as well. Some specialty products. You can get a comforter. Wow, shower curtain. Wow, you could really deck yourself out here. Oh my goodness, custom plushies. That is fantastic. Specialty print, glow in the dark. Holographic? Oh, geez. All right. Might have to look into Teespring myself a little bit more because that's really freaking cool. But I will post all of these links here in the Discord here for you momentarily. So that way you can go and check out those links yourself. Streamlabs merch. Create a custom merch store with customized merch options. Cool, we got that one. And then we've also got Teespring, which is nice. Another merch store, creation tool. I do know a lot of the Team Sanity members like to use Teespring, and I can see why. There's a lot of really cool options here. And then we've also got for anybody who uses Stream Elements, this is another option that you can use. Stream Elements has a lot of cool stuff as well. Especially if you happen to use Stream Elements, it's another big one that you can invest in. Stream Elements merch. Yep, and that one's just another merch creation tool. Boom! Look at that. So, like I said, I'm posting any and all information inside of the Team Sanity Academy lesson plans. So feel free to check all of this out there for yourself. You can see, oh, they're putting all of their, they're putting their money where their mouth is here. You can see that they're actually showing you what you would make based off of what you're selling. And so that's kind of cool that it shows the differences in prices. And so wouldn't mind confirmation on that, but if this is true, then Stream Elements is definitely something to consider here. So merch, lots of fun. In terms of designing stuff that goes on merch, we're actually going to return to another favorite of mine here in a moment, known as Canva. Canva is going to be one of your best friends. I will tell you that right here, right now. If you're not using Canva, I don't know what you're doing, because Canva is easily one of the best resources that you can use to make some really cool stuff, including stuff for your merchandise and something that we are about to do here with interactivity. So with interactivity, what I am essentially talking about is the ability for a viewer to participate in your stream in some way, shape, or form. Now, this might include something like having a good bot set up, but that's a topic for another day. Wink, wink. We are going to be talking about bots hopefully in the next couple of weeks here, because there's a lot of options out there and setting them up can be a little tricky if you don't know what you're doing. And so that right there is a topic completely for itself. But there are a lot of other ways that you can have your viewers interact with your stream. And so, as I kind of mentioned before, viewers come to watch you and not just the games that you are playing. And so it's important to add elements for viewers to participate in your stream that will help you to boost engagement. Because if somebody is engaged and they don't want to miss out, then that means they're going to stick around, and they're going to stick around for longer. And so elements such as emotes, point redemptions, etc. can add a lot to your stream. Now, a lot of people wonder where they can make something like an emote for Twitch. And that is where our lovely friend Canva comes into play yet again. You can even see here, there is a specific section of Canva that is dedicated to making your very own Twitch emotes. How absolutely insane is that? When I first got into streaming and I got emotes for the first time, I went and purchased them, not knowing that emotes can already be easily made inside of Canva. And so this is something that I am definitely going to post for you here. So specifically, this allows you to make your own Twitch emotes. Boom, there we go. So a lot of cool options here for making a Twitch emote. You can see here, it even gives you step-by-step instructions as to how to do it. Like, such a phenomenal tool. If you're not using Canva, it's just super easy to use, super remarkable. And it's not even just the only thing that you can do with Canva. Personally, Canva is how I actually make all of my go live messages, which is very useful. And so another thing as well, recently Twitch has been pushing out the ability to make animated emotes. And for a while, people were trying to figure out, like, wow, how do I make my emote an animated one? One of the simplest tools that I found out there was a little site called makeemoji.com. And what it will do is you upload a file of anything you want in terms of an emote that you already have. And what it does is, you can see right here, we've got a cat. What it'll then do, let's zoom this in a little bit. what it will then do is you can then see what your emote would look like with a variety of different effects on it, which is very entertaining to say the least. I went into somebody's stream the other day and they had their face being pet constantly in the corner, and it was hilarious. And then I was able to actually use that same emote. And so that right there already gives you some interactivity. In my own stream, I even took some of my own emotes and I applied some effects here. So like this one right here, I have an emote where I'm like flexing. And so the flip one made it look like I was going back and forth, just the shaking one is really good for like a laugh emote. But it's very easy because all of this is totally free. And so super useful for a free resource here to make your animated emotes, to make sure that you're keeping up with the changing times inside of Twitch. And so that's another one that I will be posting here for you. Make emoji. Create animated emotes from your stream. Boom, just like that. Lots of fun resources for you guys today. So that's all taken care of. But then there's also things like point redemptions and interactivity. So this one is one that I've been slowly trying to work on in the background, but it is a program called Triggerfire. Now you might have heard of this one before, but Triggerfire allows you to have various media triggers. You can have people redeem it so that different images appear on the front of your stream. You can see here, like, they've got like some GIFs that you can have. You can even, oh, pardon me. It can even trigger certain things like you can have commands that you can have, which gives like some form of randomness. It's got some interactivity, especially if you happen to use OBS. It can be integrated into channel point rewards. Lot of really cool stuff that you can do here. So you can upload pretty much anything: images, videos, sounds. So like GIFs, images, audio files, videos. You can just have them trigger whenever you want. Maybe even like when you say something, because that's even something. If you say something in particular, it can actually trigger something to happen. A lot of fun stuff that you can do with this. I've been working on one of my favorites, just like a redemption where John Cena just kind of comes to the wall and is just like, "Are you sure about that?" Because my viewers question me a lot. We'll just say that much. And so Triggerfire, phenomenal resource. I will once again also add that to our lesson plans tab. So this one you can add GIFs, images, audio, and video to your streams in the form of triggers, channel point rewards, and commands. So we got that right there. Excellent. Apart from Triggerfire, sometimes you need time to be able to kind of kill time. And so some of these games here allow you to have viewers interact with you, and it is also totally free. Marbles on Stream is available through Steam and allows you to have everybody sign up to have a marble race against everybody else. You've probably seen this done before. One of our lovely members within the community, a certain Super Murgatroyd, is a favored user of Marbles on Stream. He uses it a lot. And so, if you're looking at it as an example, that's a good place to start. But Marbles on Stream is a lot of fun, allows you to interact. You can download it in a variety of different ways, but the biggest thing is that it's free. And then it even gives you some layouts to kind of show leaderboards and everything. A lot of fun. And I will once again also add that to our Discord here. Marbles on Stream. Boom. Just like that. There are a couple of other games that you can also play. I've seen this one used a lot called Words on Stream. Basically, it gives you the ability to completely play online. You don't have to worry about downloading anything. It syncs up to your stream, and essentially what your viewers have to do is they have to look at the letters that are provided and try to make words out of them. And then you can also see who has the highest score. And then all of this together allows you to kind of hit new heights. And so there's even a party mode. You've got a lot of stuff to really interact with your stream. And you can even see here, like, they have like other types of games that you can play with your viewers. And so I will also throw all of these inside of our Discord here. Words on Stream is a lot of fun. I have played it a number of times before. Word game to play with viewers that integrates with your stream. And then another one that I've seen used a lot is something called Stream Raiders, where once again, you can see that you can play with your favorite streamer, or you can add it into your actual stream itself. It's a really cool way to have everybody kind of battle it out together. You have more than likely seen this before. I'd be actually honestly kind of shocked if you hadn't seen this played by somebody before in the past. But a really fun way to get some really cool rewards and stuff, and be an involved member of a community if you're playing it. But otherwise, let's see here. Interactive game for viewers to play with the streamer. Boom. Just like that. And then just as a nice little bonus link here, I will throw in on Ryzen. Didn't even think to add this one. So, website that includes other games to play with viewers on stream. Boom, there we go. Awesome, awesome. And so all of these things together will add a lot more to your actual stream. And so thinking about all of this together, we had the interactivity, we had the we had music, we had merch, and we had interactivity. All of these things are ways that you can kind of stand out from the crowd. Merch allows you to wear even some of your own stuff so that people recognize when they see something like that. Merch is also a lot of fun if you happen to be thinking about going to something like TwitchCon. I probably won't be able to afford it. I would love to, but I'm also on the other side of the country from San Diego, which is the closest one I'd be able to get to. And so probably not going to happen anytime soon. Eventually I hope to attend, but we'll have to see how that goes. But if you're planning to go to TwitchCon, having some merchandise might actually be fairly useful, as you can then have something to show off when you happen to be at the convention. Music, great for those who listen to streams a lot more than they watch them. A lot of lurkers will do that, where they listen to the stream rather than watching it in its entirety. They might even return to it later, but having music keeps things a little more soothing, might keep people a little more engaged. You can see like bopping my head as I am listening to it and whatnot. Lot of different options for that. I shared a few. We had soundtrack by Twitch. We had some Spotify, some Apple Music playlists, tabletop audio, YouTube audio library. All great resources, but there are so many more out there. All of them give you a little bit something different depending on what it is that you are looking for. Music, I cannot stress enough, is one of the things that keeps me in a stream. One of the first things that I look for in the first, I would say 10 seconds of being in somebody's stream is, are they playing music? And chances are 9 times out of 10, I'm leaving somebody's stream if I don't hear music. I just enjoy having it there to listen to. In terms of merchandise, there's a lot of different stores out there. You got to compare a couple of different things depending on what it is that you care about most. Do you care most about how much money you can make? Do you care about what selections they have? Do you care if it allows you to actually make your own designs inside of their website rather than having to go somewhere else and upload a design separately? Does it have the ability to set up your own virtual store that people can come to? Is it print by demand, or is it you have to order in bulk and then ship it out yourself? All of those things are very important for merch, but it does allow your viewers to really show off like, hey, I am here and I am supporting you. A lot of people prefer going the route of purchasing some merch rather than dropping a sub or some bits. And so accommodating those people is going to be extremely helpful because it gets to show your brand out there, and it's a lot of fun that way. Interactivity, there's so many different ways to add interactivity. Trigger fire is going to be a really fun one. It'll take some time to get it up and running, but when you do have it up and running, it makes for some of the most hilarious moments I have ever seen in a stream. Just being able to have random images pop up like that, like, it's one of the funniest things that you will ever witness. Being able to play games with your viewers, especially if there is like a loading screen that you're waiting on a game to load, or you're waiting to start, or maybe you're in between games, you're waiting for one game to kind of get ready and up and running. It gives you some time, I apologize, to get things up and running. And so those games are very useful. Don't knock them till you try them. I know a lot of people are a little hesitant to use them, but it's also a really good way to, like, let's say you have to go to the bathroom. Instead of a be right back screen, you put it on words on stream, and it gives them something to interact with while you're gone using the bathroom. And so definitely extremely useful there. And then you also have to think about things like emotes. Now, emotes are a great way to show off, once again, your brand. And so if somebody subs to you and you don't have any emotes, like that's part of the reason why people sub in the first place. A small reason, but a reason nonetheless. And so making sure to have some emotes to offer for your followers is kind of a big deal. And with the recent introduction of animated emotes to some viewers out, or some streamers out there, having the option to actually make an animated emote is also going to be really important. And so using the resources out there to make animated emotes is going to be very useful. Canva, once again, I cannot reiterate this any more than I already have. Canva is just a phenomenal resource to use. Everybody who is anybody within the streaming community, within the graphic design community, if you're making something for something else, Canva, like they know what they're doing and they just keep on adding more stuff. I did not even know that they had an emote maker until a little while ago myself. And that is insane, because while you can pay for Canva, you don't have to if you don't want to have like all of the extra like features that some people just don't need. And so emotes are going to be important. Having good point redemptions going to add a lot to your stream. And also adding in point redemptions that cater to you as a streamer, that cater to your personality, are going to be really important. For example, I have some point redemptions for sound effects. Oh, you know what? That's something that I did not show off to everybody. And so this one is a very fun resource called Sound Alerts. And so I'm gonna put that in here as well. Completely forgot about this one. Viewers can play sound effects during your stream using bits and point redemptions. Yeah, love sound alerts. This is one of the first things that I nabbed when I started streaming, and let's show it real quick. So they have a lot of options here, so you can see, geez, it's got nearly 430,000 different sounds that you can throw in here. And depending on how large your library is that you're given, that you're provided, you can add in a lot of different stuff. Hey, Big Bad Fox, I am doing fantastic. How are you doing? Also, cheesy sandwich coming in as well. Look at all that cheese. Yo, listen, we had a lot of cheese last night. My lovely wife and I made a stuffed crust pizza. Oh, it was so good. But cheesy sandwich, Big Bad Fox, how is your Sunday going? I hope you are both just having a fantastic day. And I hope that everything that you could ever ask for and more is going that way. Oh, Fox. Oh my goodness, I just realized what that fox was being used for. Working on music all day, and now you're enjoying some whiskey? Ooh, whiskey is great. Whiskey is a good choice. Is it a bourbon, a scotch? Like, what type of whiskey you're rolling with here? Very curious. Oh, yeah, man, I gotta do better about keeping hydrated here. But yeah, so, oh, wow. All right, we're getting fancy up in here. Glenfiddich. 32 scotch. Whew. It's probably delicious. But as you can see here, like I have a full library of sound alerts that I can use. You can even check insights to see like if people are mostly using point redemptions, if they're using bits. You can even upload some of your own sounds as well, which is really cool. You can have favorites as well. dashboard kind of shows you everything. You can connect it directly to your Twitch. All of it is just like super useful and makes there some very, very funny moments. Even if it's something as simple as, you know, mission failed, we'll get them next time. Which, actually, I could just play it. Where is it? Ah, that's why. Just like this.
Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
My chatters love to use that sound because, wow, do I mess up a lot. But hey, that's something that everybody knows very well. And so they're able to use that whenever they want. This one is also a favorite. My wife plays this one the most.
You're a bitch.
She loves me. I do truly believe it. Oh, jeez. But sound alerts, another fantastic way to interact with your stream. Let's see, were there any other ones that I missed that would be useful? Yes, there is another one. As far as you know. Yeah, for real, that's true. Blurp is another one. Blurp very similar to sound alerts. Blurp is just a similar resource to sound alerts, and it can be used for a lot of interesting things, I will say. Like, we have Blurp set up, I believe, in Team Sanity here. And so they use, we as a collective use Blurp more, but is really good for a lot of meme type sound effects. I believe so. I believe Blurp is completely free here. I will double check that, but it looks as if it is totally free. Yes, yes it is. But what's really cool is it doesn't set a limit on the number of sound effects that you can have. People can just go in and play whatever they want. You know, while, you know, dropping whatever point redemption they have, whatever fee you set it as, whether it's points, bits, whatever it might be. There's a lot of, the library on here is ridiculous. And so, like, oh yeah, one of my favorites. You gotta love that one. But viewers have a little bit more agency in the sound alerts or sound effects that they are able to use. What is another one here? There was one that I almost forgot here. Oh, where is it? Ah, this one. Oh, not that. Come on now. I have so many bookmarks. Here we go. So if you're looking for an alternative to Canva, another one that you can use is called Snappa, which is what I used for a little while before I ended up investing further into Canva. It's a similar resource and it has a lot of different templates that I've made a lot of different stuff off of. Graphic design. Boom, snap 'em. We love it. Man, I'm just leveling up left and right here, posting all of this stuff for you guys. Isn't it great? But yeah, Snappa is another fun one here. You bring it on over. So very similar. You can see like they have a lot of different templates. it's just a matter of preference at that point. I've ended up using more on Canva side of thing recently, but who knows? Maybe you enjoy Snappa a little bit more. Real quick here, like to double check and see if there's any other resources for you guys. I've just got so many here that it's super useful here. Hey, Captain, how you doing? Hope you're having a fantastic Sunday. How is your day going so far? We just posted all sorts of stuff here for you guys to take a look at inside of Discord. Jeez, I couldn't even think of what it was there for a moment. Oh, this is another good one. Is that you, Dad? I don't know what you're talking about. But another fantastic resource, if you're looking to do things like giveaways and have like Steam keys and whatnot, is something called Lock Tools. And it's not spelled like lock as in the like the L-O-C-K lock. It's spelled a little bit differently. L-A-C-H-H-H. And so Lock Tools is really fun because, like I said, it provides some nice giveaways, alerts, and a bunch of other things for you as a streamer to provide. All right, bye, Captain. And so, hold giveaways and add fun alerts. Another thing that Team Sanity uses quite often. And then there is one more that I just remembered. I use this for a very long time, and it is a resource called scene.gg. Now, scene.gg allows you to do a variety of different things. So scene.gg has a lot of fun resources for interactivity. This is actually where I used to go to have my going live message, because there is a tool on here that allows you to provide like what game you're playing. It shows off your name and whatnot. Very useful. Here, let's bring it on over here. So you can see there is a tool right here that allows you to if you happen to be, like, let's say, for example, I was recently playing Destiny, what it'll do is it'll make this nice little image here that shows your link, what you're playing, your logo, the actual cover for the game, and that you're now streaming, and you can drop it into social media. Super freaking useful. And then you can also see a lot of other things. You can make scenes on here. You can have different reactions and whatnot. Probably shouldn't be showing all of these links to you guys. I'm showing all of them here. But lots of useful tools here that you can use for a variety of different things. Super useful, super helpful. I used it for a very long time, and you should too. It's something that, for the most part, is free. And so I would say definitely use that to your heart's content to make some really cool stuff. So, I don't have much else to talk about here. So, does anybody have any questions or anything that they would like to add here as we move into the last part of stream for today. And in the meantime, I want to take a look at a couple of things here. I think that, oh, my mother's trying to call me. I'll let her know real quick that I'm on the Team Sanity stream. Man, it got dark in here really fast. I'd have to... Yeah, sure, we'll throw on the lights here. Man, I hate winter. I am so over it. I am ready for winter to be over. I want a, I need warmer weather already, like for real. I'm just so ready to have nice weather again. Because I am just so over it. Also, in the meantime, I would love to hear any suggestions that you guys might have for a raid target. I think we could roll in and say hi to Elemental P is having a fun time over on Elden Ring. That'd be a good one. But if you have any other suggestions here, I would be happy to have them from you here. But I think otherwise we're gonna wrap things up for today, because I need to see if I am able to take a look real quick at where is it? I want the moderator review here real quick. There we go. That's what I need right there. Moderator view. I want to see real quick here. Request queue. That's what I want. Oh, maybe not. Okay, I don't know where that list is actually. Well, there's a list somewhere of people that I can do reviews of, but that's all right. We're all good. No worries there. I think we are going to wrap things up here. Thank you everybody for joining in today and having some fun with us. I hope that you had a fantastic time learning all about how to up the game in your streaming. And so thank you from the bottom of my heart for everybody joining today. I think I hear a little something. Oh. Okay, so bell is ringing, so I think that means it's time for us to wrap up this class session. So, as I like to say in a lot of my other streams and a lot of my other videos, class, you are officially dismissed. Thank you so much for diving in here on all of this. And hey, I'll see you guys in the next Academy stream. Love all of your beautiful faces. Oh, hi, Lesby. We're about to wrap things up, Lesby. If you have a raid target, I do have one in mind, but if you have somebody else that you would rather me go for, let me know, Lesby. Because I will, I'll go for anybody at this point. Oh, so much love. I love you guys. You got no one? All right, we're going with Elemental P, who currently looks really comfortable wearing a onesie, playing some Elden Ring. I feel like we're gonna have fun here. So thank you so much, Cheesy. You have a fantastic day as well. Lesby, Miss G Teach, love all your beautiful faces. And so let's get this raid underway. And boom, raid has started. Awesome. Oh yeah, she's a fun one. She's a fun one. Alrighty, so it looks like our raid is just about ready. And so let's roll on out. Bye, everybody.
Oh, you
Murdoch, you haven't played